Hello there, Cancer. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and I'm an empath, and I've been doing readings for 27 years now. And what I've done for you, this is going to be for May 2016, and I've laid cards, tarot cards, and I'm going to draw angel card at the end of the reading. I've used the bottom card on the deck for all overall view of the month. I do not believe the 4 cards I've drawn are going to go week by week. I'm thinking that they're probably going to be like interspersed throughout the month. They'll blend together. Now, this is kind of interesting reading. It's I looked this up for you. I'm not an astrologer. Everything for the month of May is in your 11th house. So for those of you that know anything about astrology, that's ties with organizations, your fondest hopes and wishes, social contacts. It can be like clubs or groups you belong to outside of, or that have to do with your work, the finances from your occupation, the way you see others, that all comes into that. But this is quite an interesting reading, I have to say. You have 2 9s in here, and the first thing that I'm going for is this 9 of Swords. Looks pretty scary, huh? Up all night worrying about your problems, and it's those, I call this when I get up in the middle of the night and I'm mad at somebody and it's going through my head and through my head and through my head, and I always tell myself, well, Frankie, they're all sleeping, you're the one that's awake here. But in this case, the card is in reverse. And this card for the overall view of the month is telling me that it's really time to change, because there's something that I need to look at, that is obviously bothering me. Some kind of belief system that, and I'm an empath, so I'm talking, I am, all of you Cancers out there, I didn't explain that, but this is something that's keeping me up. It's a belief system that I really need to change in order to get on with my future. And I'm believing that this belief system is, well, I really believe it's time for a really big adventure here, and I want to go forward with some enthusiasm. I think a lot of what I'm changing about myself, because the following card, the first card I drew, is the 6 of Cups. And to me, the 6 of Cups is when I look backwards over my past with really like, well, no matter how bad it was, I can always find the really good things about the past, and all of us have them. Nothing was totally horrible every single moment, But since we have this 9 of Swords here in reverse, it's telling me that it's time for me to use what has happened in my past as a springboard for my future, to be enthusiastic, open the door to my future, because these other cards here, the next one that I've drawn is the Tower card, and it's a major arcana, and it's right side up. And the Tower card, don't panic. I mean, the whole entire house isn't falling down, but the Tower card means that things are getting shook up, basically very shook up, because things are crumbling in order to make right for my future. Things have got to change. I can't stay in my past dwelling on just the good parts of it, because it's time to move on. And if something is being literally brought down, then it's time to change a belief system, and it's time to move past the belief system of the past. And I'm saying this because I truly believe it, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here. And in this case, the Wheel of Fortune is upside down. So I would think if the Wheel of Fortune's right side up, I always think, roulette, maybe I'm gambling or something and winning the big bucks. But it's upside down. And that's showing me that I'm stuck. And I have some very strong things that I've developed. Strength, ability to overcome things, and this Wheel of Fortune is upside down. So it's telling me is my unwillingness to move forward into the future because I'm procrastinating about my past and thinking that something is going to change or alter. And the way Spirit's talking to me, they're saying, it's not going to change, it's not going to alter. Change my belief about it so I can change my future, without dragging my feet. No change that we make can ever happen until it comes from totally within us. And what happens is we have to take the first step in making the change. And to do that, this Nine of Swords in reverse, to do that we sometimes have to totally, truly look at ourselves, see why we're dragging our feet to make the change. Why am I dragging my feet? I cannot have a future, that is totally based in the past if I'm only seeing peaches and cream. There's been lessons that I've been given that have told me it's time to be open, honest with myself, get ready for my new adventure, and take the steps forward. Bring new people, new circumstances, new things into my life. Because the next card here is the Nine of Wands, and you have two nines. And to me, nine's like, it's the end right before the new beginning. This case, it's upside down. So once again, I feel that drag. Why am I dragging my feet? Why am I keeping a focus, on only the good pieces of it? And when I focus on only the good pieces and fail to look honestly at the other portions, I don't have an effective healing. And the whole idea of doing readings is to heal ourselves. And what Spirit's showing me with this and with the Tower card, it's like this is my time, my chance, my opportunity to begin a new future. Like if it was a bad job that I had, that I really don't like it, it's time to close the doors on it. Move on to my next endeavor. We have that Wheel of Fortune here, and we want to turn it right side up. And, a lot of these 11 house things, and like I said, I'm not an astrologer, but it would be like to boost my income. Maybe I could get, further faster if I had the right job. And I used my skills and my talents. I mean, when you look at this Nine of Wands guy, he's got I think someone else got this, another one of the signs. Yours is, I think it was right side up though, and he's got a bandage on his head, and he's really came through the battle. But in this case, he's upside down. So I want to see those relevant things that were important to me in my past, as in the lessons. What did I learn that gave me this strength to be able to move forward in the future? And, like, if those things were really bad, face them honestly, take the next step. What is it I want to do? How do I want to change me to affect my healing? If it's a new relationship, if this is the end of a relationship or that cycle period, because it feels like it's a cycling like a repetitive cycling where I just can't get past that last step. So maybe if it's my job or my partnership, I'm not thinking things through. I go back to, well, maybe things can change. And what Spirit's saying is, this is kind of a half-baked scheme at the least. Let's put it that way. These are not things that I want to do. I don't want to ignore people that are around me are really good for me and keep going back and holding myself stagnant, because this is a time for honesty. It's a time for healing. It's a time for me to be really enthusiastic about what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do with it, where I'm going to go, all those kind of things. Putting my life together again for me. Maybe I want to expand, have new friends, new relationships. Maybe there's something that I dream about doing that it's time for me to do. Because we want to turn these cards right side up, and if this big crashing tower thing came at me, it's making me reevaluate or re-look over the situation and change the belief that's causing my feet to be stuck in the mud, or the fear that's causing my feet to be stuck in the mud. And I know we can love people or we can love our work, but we have conditions, that sometimes for our own selves that are not being met in the work environment, the home environment, the relationship environment, because we're seeing backwards without putting in the pieces of the puzzle, that perhaps were not so good for us. So, that changing a belief, I can change a belief anytime I want. I can change what I believe anytime I want. Me, Frankie, personally, not me, Cancer, I always believe there's only one thing I know, and that is there's something that works through me to animate my body that gives abilities, skills, that kind of stuff. Anything else is a belief that I made up. Maybe it's a belief from my childhood. Maybe it's a belief that was imposed on me through my marriage partner. It can be just about anything. Maybe my work is forcing me to act in this certain way, and I've developed skills. So maybe I'm going to take those skills with me into the future, but in a better environment. So basically what Spirit keeps repeating is all of these fondest hopes and wishes that I'm dreaming about, they cannot come to fruition unless I take a step. So instead of me being in this quicksand of indecision, I want to say, no, that's not right for me, and I'm not doing it anymore. It's like that severing of circumstances, business proposals, whatever. I'm stepping forward. I am not going to hold myself back because either the people or the situations are wrong for me now, and that I am going to avoid at all costs, because the whole entire deal is about my healing. And I'm an open, honest, home type person. I believe I love the stability of my home, or I love the stability of my job. Cancers are loyal, dedicated people. But perhaps those that I'm looking at or how I perceive it needs to be changed, or a belief around it needs to be changed. Sorry, be right back. Sorry about that, I threw the angel book on the floor. There you go. Let's look at these angel cards and see what they have to say. I know one thing, I wouldn't be wasting my money or my business funds or whatever for my future you know, things that are going to provide for me by not changing that belief system when I know I've got to honestly look at it. Because that being stuck in the mud is not a good feeling. Frankie, I don't appreciate it. It's like, oh God, get on with it, Frank. You know, time to be very clear about what works for me and what doesn't, and make the moves for that which works for me, because I want to turn this Wheel of Fortune card right side up. I want the right jobs, I want the right partnerships, I want the right friendships, the right social circle that's around me, the people that are going to be enthusiastic and help me, you know, on my new adventure. Those are the things that I'm going to keep around me, and this month feels like a right timing for me to do it. And if we were looking back at the past and we're saying, well, it was never the right time, or it was not, that's that drag my feet. Pretty soon everything's frivolous and I'm back into a half-baked scheme again, and it's not getting me anywhere. And if it's not getting me anywhere, I don't want to do it anymore. That's how well I operate like that. So they're kind of telling you that. These angel cards just amaze me. You know what your card is? It's called perfect timing, Cancer. That's pretty funny, because that's what they're talking about. It says, now's the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open while you walk through them with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all the ingredients are ripe for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. Well, that was just intriguing there. Let's see what the alternative meanings are for this card. I have to go look it up here for you, because the first few times I kept pulling the same card over and over, and I didn't realize they had alternative meanings. So I figured the deck was being stacked on me. Let's see what we have here. It says, this card means that you need to take certain steps before your prayers can be fully answered. The angels say that now is the perfect time to act. They will guide you along the way. Sometimes it's not so important how we approach a situation, but that we put energy, action, and intention into manifesting our desires. Once we take the first step, they kept talking to us about that step, being stuck in the mud, didn't they? Not taking that step. Once we take the first step in the direction of our desired outcome, the universe gives us additional help. So they're going to allow us to turn that Wheel of Fortune right side up and get new opportunities, new situations, new expanded social circles, new jobs. We have skills, you know. We just need to change a few belief systems there and pull our feet out of the mud. And the additional meanings are, take action now. The situation will work out well, provided you don't delay. Make a decision. Any blocks in the past were because the timing wasn't right yet, but it's right now. And that's really what they've been saying through the whole reading. Well, I wish you the best, Cancer, for this month. And if you want to know more about me, there's information somewhere on here, because I'm on a computer and not my Kindle. On the Kindle, it's down below my name, and you can go to the website if you want to just know more about me, or if you want to book a reading. I would be more than glad to meet with you. And I want to thank everybody for all the time that you spend with me, and all of your likes and your shares and subscriptions and the wonderful comments you've made. I know this takes quite a bit out of your time or your day to watch it, and I appreciate it, each and every one of you. And now, if I can figure out how to shut this off, I'm going to say goodbye. Good luck in May, Cancer. Bye.